Hello everyone and welcome back into our latest challenge on this channel. So we've seen in the past that we made rally cars, we made the luxury SUV challenge, we made the city/truck challenge, we made the cab or the taxi challenge. But in this video, since I got a lot of cool comments in the comment section to make this challenge, which is the cop car challenge. So in this video, you will be seeing all of the rules to make if you want to participate in this channel and in this challenge and make your own cop car, and then you can send me the file so you can see your car in the judging video later when the deadline is will occur. Alright, so in this video, as I mentioned, you will be seeing the rules. But before we start with everything, I would love to remind you, please remember, if you enjoy the video, hit that like button, get subscribed if you are new to the channel, and of course watch all my previous videos, because we have made truly amazing videos, more than 720 videos so far. And if you want to share the video, you can share the video, and don't forget alright, so don't forget to keep watching the video. Watch it till the end, because every single minute is very important if you want to participate in this challenge. And if you want to participate in it, I will give you all the details at the end of the video. So let's start with the rules. Obviously I made my own creation here, so I can demonstrate like what you should and shouldn't use according to the rules. So let's start with the chassis and panels and everything else. First, make sure that the year production is 2020. That's the first rule. Or before we start with everything, pause the video and get a paper and a pencil or a pen, so you can keep a note on all the rules, so you don't forget anything. Because if you break a single rule, yes, I can let it go. But if you break two rules, or if you slip on a rule, I can let it go. I mean, if you slip on it a little bit, like in a different number, or if you choose something a little close to the rules but not entirely with the rules, I can let it go. But if you go over the rules like super hard, then no, your car will be disqualified. So yeah, keep a note, or when you are making your car, make sure that you are watching the video on your mobile so you don't break anything. So make sure that the year production is 2020. That's the first rule. The second rule is you can choose any chassis you want. Really, I don't care, because your limit is not the chassis type or the materials or any of these things. No, your limit, my friend, is the production units and the engineering time. That's your limit. So you can choose any chassis: ladder, monocoque, space frame, semi-space frame, and of course light truck monocoque. Although this is a very wrong option, and definitely if you choose this option, I'm gonna lower your points, your judging points. But all of these chassis will work very cool. Don't worry. The materials, well, you can go with absolutely any material except two materials: fiberglass and carbon fiber. These two materials are forbidden: fiberglass and carbon fiber. The same goes for the chassis material. Carbon fiber is not allowed. Also, glued aluminium or aluminum is not allowed, because glued aluminium, the glued aluminium option will light up here when you choose monocoque chassis. So the glued aluminium or aluminum chassis, yeah, it's not allowed, because the glue itself or the adhesive is it's super expensive, and a cop car should never be expensive. That's why carbon fiber and glued aluminium or aluminum is not allowed. But remember, when you choose semi-space frame chassis, you will have only an aluminium or aluminum chassis. That's your only option, and I'm okay with that. Although it will take super hard amount of engineering time. Yeah, so you need to remember and keep your eye on the production units and the engineering time, so you don't go over it. Alright, so before we start with everything else, remember that the car production units is 90 max, and the engineering time is 30 max for the whole car, or for the end result at the end. That's the end result. I'm not talking about the engine production units or engineering time. No, I'm talking about the end result. When you finish making the car, it will give you like the total production units and engineering time. Yes, the production unit is 90 max and the engineering time is 30 max. I'm not kidding. That's how it is. Moving on. Engine placement. anyone you want. The front suspension and rear suspension, these are your own option. You can choose whatever you want, but well, it's very obvious. I mean, double wishbone or McPherson strut, yes, they will work as for normal cars, but coils and leaves, well, these are very old school, so, or for off-road cars. So, you know, coils and solid outlets and leaves, well, they are not a very good option for a cup car. So, you know, avoid these two here and here. You can choose them, but it's not a good thing for your judging marks at the end. Quality on the chassis, keep it 0. Don't go +1. No +1, nothing. Keep it on 0. The chassis is important. We don't want it too expensive, we don't want it too cheap, so keep it on 0. Moving on. The engine, well, you can choose any engine you want. Inline, all of the inlines, all of the VA 60 degrees, all of the V 90 degrees, all of the boxers, all of them are allowed. The block material, as always, I'm not gonna change my mind. No cast iron, no aluminium silicon, no magnesium, only aluminium or aluminum, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so yeah, that's the only option here. Don't tell me in the comment section, oh, you should have went with cast. I don't want cast iron. It's very heavy. I don't want heavy engine. I want the engine to be reasonably on the weight and the size. Alright? That's an important rule. Aluminium on the block and the cylinder heads. Moving on, the size. You can go with any size you want. I don't care. You can go with 15 liters, 1 liter, half a liter. I truly don't care, because you will be limited, my friend, by the weight of the engine. Yes, I'm gonna tell you about it when we reach that stage. So yeah, don't go super big, because you will be limited by the weight of the engine. Head and valves, well, any option you want, I don't care. You can go with push rods, direct acting, overhead cam, it's your own option, my friend. As I said, head material only aluminium or aluminum. Variable valve lift, you can go with it or without it, it's up to you. Moving on. Crankshaft, connecting rods and internals, the pistons, the internals in general. You can go with any option you want. Flat plane, cross plane, but no expensive materials. Remember this word, no expensive material. That means no billet steel, no lightweight titanium. These two are not allowed. Billet steel, titanium, flat plane billet steel, titanium are not allowed. Remember that. You can go with cast iron if you want to keep it, cheap, reliable, working very well. If your engine can take those internals, go with them. Don't go with expensive parts, because I always see engines in all of our previous challenges. I've always seen engines like putting out 200 horsepower only, and the crankshaft is billet steel. Why is it billet steel? Billet steel, or why is it titanium connecting rods and the RPM limit is only 6,000 RPM? This is, I'm sorry, but that's hideous. Don't do that. You will lose points, I promise you. Even if your car is driving perfectly, even if your car is the best cop car in the world, if I see like your engine's making like reasonably amount of power, and then you have chosen like billet steel or titanium, yes, you will lose points, and I promise you that, because that's not acceptable. You need to be a good engineer. You need to have your engine should be good engineered, and a very good engine in its pricing, in its engineering, in its production. So don't go with those internals. Billet steel and lightweight titanium are not allowed. Remember that. Pistons, go with any option you want. Even if you want to go with heavy duty cast, it's up to you. As long as the engine is in the green zone, no stress on the internals, is working fine, it's up to you, don't worry. Zero quality on most of the engine. We will get to that later. Moving on. Compression ratio, cam profile, VVL profile, these are up to you, but please make sure that you tune the VVL and the cam profile to perfection. Don't give me a VVL profile like, for example, right now it's 73, right? Alright, that's because the VVL is the high horsepower profile, and the cam profile is the low RPM, low end torque profile. So as you can see, there is like a 31 points difference. So this is ideal from 42 to 73, or from 43 to 73. You know, 30 difference, 25 points of a difference, 20 difference, I can accept that. But please don't give me like 73, 72 here, like 1 point difference. No, that is not acceptable. And if you want to do this, you know, 73, 72, or 92, 91 here, no, don't use VVL. Keep it without it. Variable valve timing, well, you can go with it or without it, it's up to you. Zero quality, of course. Moving on, you can make your engine turbocharged or naturally aspirated. It's up to you, my friend. But please, if you made it turbocharged, you know, give me an efficient turbo. Don't give me a laggy engine. A laggy engine will be disqualified even if your car is perfect. I don't want a laggy engine, because cop cars will be driven every day on the street with low speeds, and then when they want to chase someone, you know, yes, they put their foot hard down, but they will not drive at high RPM all the time, because it's a cop car. It will be driven on low RPM, so you need a torquey, low-end torque, and very good, you know, efficient engine. Moving on, zero quality, of course. Only fuel injection is allowed. No carburetors, only fuel injection. You can go mechanical, single, multi, or direct. It's up to you, but no carburetors. Configuration, you can go single or twin. But please make sure that, I mean, the twin will give you more airflow, but it will increase the engineering time, it will increase the production units, it will increase the maintaining cost, it will increase the weight. So yeah, make sure that your engine really deserves twin throttle bodies. If the engine is working with single throttle, that's perfect, don't change it. Say individual throttle bodies, no, this is not allowed, only single or twin. The intake should be always standard, no performance, no race, only standard. The fuel type, only regular 91 octane fuel. Yes, that's it, only regular 91 octane fuel. Air fuel ratio, ignition timing, RPM limit, these are up to you, my friend. These are your own option, and also this is zero quality. Don't go any more or any less than zero. Moving on. The exhaust system, my friend, you can go single or dual exhaust pipe, or if you are making a naturally aspirated engine, you know, cast log or short cast headers. That's your only option. Cast log or short cast headers for the naturally aspirated engine. Remember that. Don't go with tubular or long tubular or race. No, these are not allowed. These three are not allowed. Only cast log and short cast headers. Moving on. Bypass valves are allowed, but make sure that you don't go over the engine you know, weight limit. Also give me a truly, you know, realistic exhaust size. Don't give me like a 5-inch or a 6-inch exhaust size, you know, on the turbocharged engine. No, keep it real, keep it efficient, and give me a real exhaust size. 2.8-inch exhaust diameter or 69.8 millimeters. 3-inch, more than 69, like whatever millimeters it will be. Yes, 3-inch, 3.5-inch max. Don't go over 3.5-inch, because it will start to be unrealistic. Moving on, catalytic converters are allowed. Twin and three-way only. No high flow and no none option. Remember that. No high flow and no none. Only two-way and three-way. Mufflers, all of the options are allowed except none. You cannot run a cup car without any kind of mufflers. You need to have mufflers. So the allowed ones are baffle, reverse flow, and straight through only. Alright, so everything on the engine and the chassis so far are zero quality, except the exhaust system. You can go +2 quality, but make sure that you don't go over the production units and engineering time limit. So the final result. As you can see, I made a 4.6 liter V8 engine, which is my favorite engine in the world. Most of my fans know why. Single overhead camshaft. I didn't go with dual overhead camshaft. That's because I want to keep it simple. 4 valves per cylinder, because it's very powerful. I need extra valves. It's up to you. Alright, so the power limit and the torque limit. The power limit, which is really important. Don't go over 450 horsepower. Your horsepower limit is 450. The torque limit is 500 pound-feet of torque. That's your limit. 450 horsepower here and 500 pound-feet of torque here, because more than 450 horsepower, it will not be a cop car, it will be a sports car. I mean, yes, of course 450 horsepower is a sports car engine, but yeah, more than 450 is not allowed. That's your limit. That's your horsepower roof. 450 and 500 pound-feet of torque. That's max. You can go like me. I mean, I made only 417 pound-feet of torque. I don't need. Because as a cop car, you don't need more. 350 pound-feet of torque will work perfectly with a cop car. I mean, 417 seems very appropriate. Moving on. RPM limit, it's your own limit. Smoothness, well, you can make you know, an engine with low smoothness, but it will be like more favorable by cops to have their engine smooth. But if it was, you know, 40, 30, you know, 50, it's acceptable. No, don't worry about it. Throttle response, well, the higher the better. Well, unless of course you want to keep your engine simple, like 60, like more than 50 is very good. Like 50 and more is very good. Don't worry about it. The noise, this is very important, very important. Remember, your noise limit is only 25 maximum. Don't go over 25. Your noise, remember, your noise limit is maximum 25. Don't go over 25. Reliability, my friend, reliability should be plus 70. More than plus 70 is very good. Less than 70 it's not good. Yeah. Service cost, well, the lower the better, because of course you don't want an expensive car to be maintained. So I'm gonna say less than 600 will be perfect. Less than 600 will be perfect. Fuel economy, or you know, fuel efficiency, more than 25% is perfect. More than 25% is very good. Octane, you need to run, as I said, 91 octane fuel, so make sure that you use all of it, or as much of it. Emissions, the lower the better. Make sure I'm not gonna give you a number, but the lower the better. Weight, now this is the limit. It's right now it's 248, so the maximum number, not because of my engine, no, because it will be appropriate. The maximum weight of your engine should be no more than 270 kilograms. Remember that, 270 kilograms. Yeah, don't go over 270 kilograms. Remember that, because some of you wants to make some kind of big engines, and yeah, I'm gonna keep mine lightweight because I want to keep the car lightweight, because later you will be limited by the total weight of the car. So even if you make your engine heavy here, you don't want to make your car heavy. So maximum 270 kilograms weight. Now, production units for the engine alone. For the engine alone is only 60 max. For the engineering time, 50 max. Remember, 60 on the production, 50 on the engineering time. Don't go more than this. Material cost, I'm not gonna give you a number, but make sure to keep it, you know, keep it in check. Don't give me, you know, an expensive engine to be made. You know, give me a reasonable, you know, price for the engine. Listen how quiet this engine. Perfect. Moving on. As I said when we start making the video, make sure that you you choose a four-door sedan. Don't give me a wagon or an SUV or a hatchback. No, only a four-door sedan. Not because, you know, I like the Ford Crown Vic, no, but because a cop car should be always a sedan. You need to have a trunk, you need to have, yeah, a trunk or a bonnet, as they call a bonnet, or I always forget which one. A trunk, hood, bonnet. You know what I mean. Not bonnet, under the bonnet. No. I mean a trunk. You know, a boot. Yes, a boot, as the British dudes call it. A trunk or a boot. You need to have a boot, not a lid or a hatchback. No, you need to have a trunk or a boot. Well, as you can see, my styling here is, you know, truly a cop car. We have the famous cop car lights, the front, you know, push bar. You know, a legendary body, which looks very similar to the legendary Ford Crown Vic. But You can use any body you want. Make sure it's a 4-door sedan. And these lights, if you want to get these lights, you can find them on this Steam workshop. Go to this Steam workshop, and if you are owning the game on the Steam platform, go to this Steam workshop and you can find these. Just download them and they will be available in your car. And this front bumper or front push bar, you will find it here. But first before we continue, zero quality on the body and the fixtures. Don't go over. White color, because well, it's a typical cop car. It should be white. I mean, yes, of course there are some black cop cars and there are some blue cop cars, yellow cop cars around the world, but white seems very appropriate. Moving on. Yes, the fixture, this you will find this, and if you want to have this, you can find it in the bumper bar here. Not this, I've chosen that and made it with, you know, this plastic black color if you want to use it. And these, as I mentioned, you can get them in the Steam workshop, and you can find them here in the miscellaneous here. You have the roof racks and the cop cars, as you can see. I mean, these will not function as you know, sirens. No, they will not function at all as sirens. These will be like brake lights, and these will be like headlights. Yeah, but they are nice. They are a nice touch to have. Yeah, not bad. Although I would love if there was like the famous, you know, cop light here, the whatever they call it, the light here on the pillar, but we don't have that, so you have to work without it. So the fixtures are very simple: door handles, you know, regular steel rims, fuel door. Don't forget that, the trunk or the boot antenna, twin exhaust pipes, the lock for the trunk. License plate holder, that's very important. License plate is very important. Side mirrors, of course, it's very important. So that's pretty much it. The car is very simple. Moving on. It's up to you. You can go all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. It's up to you, my friend. You can go all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. If you want to go front-wheel drive, you can, but all right. So the rules are: you can go rear-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, and all-wheel drive. So these three are allowed. 4x4 though, no, this is not allowed. Only these three. Gearboxes, your only option, remember that, only option is advanced automatic gearbox. Yes, only auto. No manual, no sequential, no dual clutch, and no classic automatic gearbox. Only advanced automatic gearbox. Yes, that's because we are in the year 2020, and you need your gearbox to be controlled by the ECU, not to be controlled by valves and oil pressure. That's why you need to have an advanced automatic gearbox. Ratios, well, it's up to you. You can use any ratio you want. Top speed or the final drive, it's also up to you. Spacing, up to you. Differentials, well, you have two options. Open differential if you want to keep it simple. It will work perfectly, and it will lower the engineering time a lot, really a lot, and the production units, it will be lowered so much, and the cost, the total cost of the car, all of these will be lowered, but you will be sacrificing a little bit, you know, of performance. And your second option is to go only geared limited slip differential. Open or geared limited slip differential, only those two are allowed. Manual, automatic, vicious, and electric, these are forbidden. Remember that. Zero quality on the gearbox. Moving on. The tire type is only radial, and the tire choice only hard long life tires only. Don't use anything else. Tire width, it's up to you. Parameters are also up to you. Rim material, only steel. Remember that, only steel, to keep it simple, cheap, and reliable. Moving on, zero quality, of course. Moving on, we have the brakes. Oh, well, any option you want is allowed. Drums, solid discs, ventilated, any option you want is allowed, except carbon ceramic. This is not allowed. Carbon ceramic is not allowed. Any piston you want is allowed. Pad type, any pad type, and please make sure to balance your brakes to perfection. Zero quality. Moving on. Undertray. The undertray of the car, your only option, remember this, and I'm not kidding, your only option is none. No undertray. no off-road, no semi-clad, no fully clad, and no downforce, because a cop car should be easy to be maintained. You don't want plastic underneath it. Of course, in Europe, they are using like I don't know, BMWs, Peugeots, Vauxhalls, and a lot of cars, you know, as cop cars. And yes, those cars are using, you know, some kind of undertray, of plastic undertray. But as a durable, as a true titan of a cop car, you don't need an undertray, because you need to service the engine, and everything should be accessible, everything should be cheap to maintain, so no undertray. Yes, my friends, no undertray. Cooling flaps are allowed, because cop cars will be sitting stationary for a long time, and yeah, you need these flaps will be opened when the car needs some kind of cooling, extra cooling, and they will close when the car is running, you know, cold or, you know, regularly without any kind of overheating. Also, it will provide extra fuel efficiency, because they will close and they will provide an extra sleek aerodynamic sleek, you know, for the air stream over the car, which will provide, you know, an extra fuel efficiency. So this option is allowed, but make sure that you don't go over the production units. What else? Engine cooling airflow. Yes, you need to have it like extra 5, extra 10. So 60, 55, 60 is, you know, appropriate. Brake airflow always 100 and zero quality here. Moving on. As a cop car, you need to have a bench on the rear, so, you know, criminals will sit on it, and then, you know, 2 seats at the front, so the driver and the, you know, his or her partner will be sitting here. So yeah, you need to have 5 seats, 2 seats at the front and a bench on the rear side. Interior, you can go basic, but it will be not comfortable for the cops, so yeah, you can go basic or standard. The entertainment system only basic, because, you know, as cops they don't need that much, you know, they don't need to listen to music, they need to stay focused, and so, you know, having basic infotainment system should be, you know, not bad option. So standard, basic on the interior, and only basic on the entertainment system, zero quality. Moving on. Before moving on, for the aerodynamics and the interior, you can go minus quality. Only aerodynamics and interior you can go minus quality, and safety, but we will talk about right now. So the power steering, you can have hydraulic or variable hydraulic only. So these are the only 2 options, hydraulic or variable hydraulic. No electronic variable, only these 2. And please don't choose none, because you cannot drive a car in 2020 without any kind of power steering. So only hydraulic and variable hydraulic. Traction aids, only traction control and ABS. These are the only 2 options that you need. Let's see. Oh, you know something? No. Keep it traction control ABS. That's it. Traction control ABS. Anyway, I'm gonna turn it off when I drive the car. So yeah, only traction control and ABS. Safety. Well, any option of safety is allowed, except none. This is not allowed, but all of these are allowed. You can choose any one of these you want, and you can go minus on the quality on the safety. Don't worry, you can go minus here, but don't make sure that you don't go over the limit of safety. Suspension. Any suspension option is allowed except Hydromatic, Air, Active Sport, and Active Comfort. These 4 springs are not allowed. Only Standard and Progressive. Dampers also, yeah, I mean, keep it simple. Don't go over with, I mean, check out the engineering time. 4. This is only 0.25. So, you know, all of these are allowed except off-road. Off-road is not allowed. But yeah, keep it simple. Don't go over the limit, and yeah. And please tweak your suspension to perfection. Make sure that your suspension is working perfectly. So yeah, it should be awesome. And the max load capacity, please make sure that the max load capacity is more than 600 kilograms. If you are using kilograms, make sure that it's more than 600. Zero quality. And this is the engine results, the engine options, and the body options. The market. All right. So this is right now is very, very important, because what is it? All right, your car should be drivable. So you know, I want to see some high points here, like this, like 50, 60, 45 is acceptable. Your car should be sporty, like more than 15 should be perfect. Your car should be comfort, because you know cops will be sitting in it for a long time. They don't want, you know, their backs to get hurt. So yeah, make sure it's comfortable. Prestige points, I don't care here. Safe, please make sure that this is, you know, plus 50. Please make sure that this is more than 50 points, please. Moving on. Practicality, your car should be practical, should have some good utility points. This is I don't care about this. Reliability, as I mentioned, for the engine reliability and for the car reliability, please make sure that it's plus 70. The same for the engine, the same for the total car. Plus 70, please. As a cop car, it should be really reliable. So plus 70 is perfect. Moving on. Service cost, well, $1,000 a year, $1,020 is acceptable. Yeah, don't go over, you know, $1,200, please. You know, maximum 1,200. Don't go over it. Emissions, or sorry, fuel economy, more than 20 miles per gallon, please. This is what? This is what, US? I think US. Let me make sure. Yes, I think it's US. Yes, it's US, not British. Yeah, this is US miles per gallon, because I watch too much Roadkill show, and I like the miles per gallon, the US miles per gallon. So 22.8 miles per gallon. So make sure that your car is more than 20 miles per gallon, please. Emissions, well, the lower the better. Right now it's like it looks like 69.9, so it's 70. Yeah, make sure that your car, you know, doesn't exceed 80. It should be clean also to run. All right, so all of these options, all of them, I did allow a lot of options, right? But please make sure that your car production units it will not go over. I'm not kidding. Will not go over 100. Yes, my friend, like 99.9 is acceptable, but you will lose points. So make sure that your car, you know, doesn't get close to 100. You know, 90, 93 is acceptable. 95, I'm gonna start to, you know, shave up some points. 98, I'm gonna shave a lot of points. 100, yeah. A lot of points will be gone. So yeah, maximum 100, but I promise you that I'm gonna be gentle with the judgment, but don't go close to 100. Yes, because it will be expensive to be made. It will take a lot of time, and I don't want that. Engineering time, maximum 35. Yes, my friends, maximum 35 here, maximum 100 here, maximum 35 here. Engineering time, you can reach 35. Don't worry, I'm not gonna shave any points, but here, yes, I'm gonna start shaving points the higher you go, or the closer you go to 100. So that's pretty much it. Material cost, well, your car should be less than $30,000. Put it on 10% margin and make sure that it's less than $30,000. Test track options here. Please make sure that your car has no brake fading. If your car does have some brake fading, I'm gonna shave up some points of your last judgment. Alright, what else? Top speed, this is your own option. Acceleration, well, the quicker the better, of course. Well, I did the quarter mile in less than 14 seconds. That's good. Stopping distance is very good. Alright, weight. Please make sure that your car is less than 2 tons. Less than 2 tons. I don't know how much that in pounds, but yeah, less than 2 tons. Yes, if your car is 2 tons exactly, like 2,000 kilograms, yes, I'm not gonna shave any points. I will accept it, but don't go over 1 kilogram extra and your car will be disqualified. I don't want a car heavier than 2 tons. Remember that. So that's pretty much it, I think. Power to weight ratio, very good. Very good here. So that's pretty much it. So that's the cop car challenge. So right now I'm gonna tell you how you can participate in the video. Alright, so you finished making your car, right? Your car is finished. You want to send me the file. You can do that by you need to do it by 2 options. First, make sure that you save your car here on the top so you don't lose it. Name your car, or sorry, before saving it, name your car, give it a cool name, or give it your own name, so I can, you know, call your name in the video. Give it, write your name here, so I can, you know, read your name in the video, and, you know, write the name of the engine, everything else. And now your two options, that, or not two options, you have to send me two files, please. If you want to participate, please send me two files. The .car file, just press this, it will tell you where to go in your engine, in your computer. It will tell you where to go in your computer, and you can find this file, the .car file. I want this file, and export, please export it to Beam. If you have beamng.drive game, export it to beamng.drive, and send me, please send me the WinRAR file from the documents. Go to the documents, go to the beamng.cars, and go to the mods file folder, and then you will find the WinRAR file with the car name on it. Send me those two files to my email, which is lordbas94@gmail.com. Send me those two files, the WinRAR file and the .car file. Because why do you think I want two files? Because sometimes the game will load your .car file, the automation game will load this file very perfectly. It will load it, I will check your results, I will check all of the rules, right? And then when I want to export it, the game will crash. So to prevent your car from being excluded from the video, send me the other file. So in case the game crashed when I was exporting your car, I already have the other file. So I'll put the other file and I will drive your car even if the game crashed. That's why I want the two files. So get those two files, put them, and please don't send them to me through, you know, media file or any kind of website. No, just put them in the attachment. You open your email and choose attachment and choose those two files. Choose those two files and send them to me as an attachment. Don't send me a link. Please don't send me a link of Mediafire or Mediafire or whatever other website that you can share your files onto it. No. So that's pretty much it. So thank you so much guys for watching. I cannot wait for your cars to start rolling into my email so I can start driving them and test them. I'm gonna start testing my car today and see what kind of drivability I'm gonna get with it. So thank you so much for watching, and get creative, don't break any rules. And the deadline for the video, what's the date today? Let's see, what's the date? I want to give you a long time to make your cars. Alright, so right now it's 5 p.m. +3 GMT time for my local time. Today is Wednesday, so I'm gonna give you, my friends, till Friday 5 p.m. +3 GMT time. This is my local time, +3 GMT. Friday 5 p.m. will be the deadline of the challenge. 1 extra minute after the 5 p.m. I'm not gonna accept any car. When the clock ticks, and when the clock, you know, gets to 5 p.m. that's it. The challenge will be ended, and I'm gonna start testing your cars and driving them and record the video. So thank you so much guys for watching. Please, if you enjoy the video, hit that like button, get subscribed, share the video if you want to share it, and of course participate with it. It's not hard. Just when you are making your car in an automation game, make sure that you are playing this video on your mobile, so you can you know, keep the rules, you know, in check while you are making your car, so you don't break any rules. So thank you so much for watching, and goodbye for now, my friends.